can get rich, you can make that money, but one of these days you're gonna find your honey on the other side of town in a rented double wide with some old boy that's got nothing but time.
Josh Turner, I've known, I guess, since the first year that he started touring. I love his singing, obviously. His choice of materials are always very good. He's a good writer. But he's just a heck of a good man, first and foremost. He's just a fine man. So he's been great to work with in that respect, and I appreciate him so very much.
You know, you hear people talk about how, oh man, I met my hero or I met my favorite artist and they were a jerk, you know. I will honestly say that that's not the case with Randy Travis. He is everything that I ever hoped he would be. And believe me, that those thoughts ran through my mind before I had met you. I didn't know what to expect. But the first time I ever met Randy was actually out in Las Vegas at the ACM Awards. Randy was in his seat, and they came to take him backstage during a commercial break. And on the way backstage, I watched every move he made. He stopped and talked with this little old lady who was working as an usher there at the MGM that night, and he sat there and talked to her. You could tell the people who were taking you backstage were like, you know, looking at their watches like, come on, Randy. But he stood there and just talked to that little old lady like, you know, they were related. And that just made an impression on me. It's like, that's the Randy Travis that, you know, that I wanted to meet. And he's been that way every time I've ever been around him. So
Thank you
he's
so
the real
much.
deal.
I appreciate that, Josh. It makes me uncomfortable when somebody's telling you that they grew up listening to you. You're the reason that they sing the kind of the songs they sing, or decisions other than that too that they've made in life. You don't know how to respond to some of these compliments, and I appreciate it so much. But where I came from, you know, growing up, as I did, hearing that something was a good influence to somebody for me was probably not anything like I thought I'd ever hear.
Hey, mister, don't you know you're gonna lose her if you're always working? I know you're thinking maybe you can buy her everything she ever wanted, but what she really wants is some TLC. Women spell love T-I-M-E.
You can get rich, you can make that money, but one of these days you're gonna find your honey on the other side of town in a rented double wide with some old boy that's got nothing but time.
Slow down, smell the roses and the coffee, don't you let her get lonely. Call her up just to tell her and remind her she's your one and only. Keep working late and one night you'll see women spell love T-I-M-E.
Take a walk, a little talking, and a whole lot of listening.
It won't be long till you get a little taste of what you've really been missing.
They say the best things in life are free. Women spell love T-I-M-E.
Hey, you can get rich, you can make that money, but one of these days you're gonna find your honey on the other side of town in a rented double wide. Some old boy that's got nothing but time.
Take off next Friday, spend the weekend acting like you got forever.
She won't care where you're going, what you're doing, just as long as you're together.
It ain't as simple as a 1, 4, 3. Women spell love T-I-M-E.
Hers ain't enough, she wants TLC.
Women spell love T-I-M-E.
Hey, Josh, don't you know you're gonna lose her?
fame.
Hold her hand, take her walking, do some talking.
See, I am me.
Hey, women spell love, G-I-M-E.
Women spell love, Josh and Randy.
Women spell love, T-I-M-E.
Eat your heart out, Vince Gill.
A lot has changed. Nobody would have known where the road was going to take us. There's no road map for the roads we've traveled. It's good to be back.
What he's achieving right now goes way beyond a career. This is the will and the strength of a man to get better. And seeing him in his progress is inspiring. Seeing the odds that he's overcome already to this point is amazing.
I don't think there's a doctor that was attending him at that time that would have believed that he would be able to do anything that he can do now.
He's a fighter in all the right ways.
He was such a competitor and you know, strong-willed guy. Ever since I've known him, he's always been in incredibly good physical shape.
He was always so mindful of his fitness, always careful of what he ate and when he ate it, and taking care of his body.
It's one thing to be in good shape because you want to be in good shape, but knowing what I know about how he was raised, a lot of that comes from needing to be in good shape so you can just survive. I mean, that was a rough childhood. Well documented that, you know, he was in trouble with the law a lot as a young guy. You know, I don't think he ever felt like what he was training for was surviving what he ended up having to survive, but it sure as hell played into the metal that he's made of.
What I would like to see happen for Randy Travis more than anything in the world is for him to regain the power to sing. And he is a tough guy. It's not out of the question. You know what they say, with God all things are possible.